In this video, we are going to learn how to code in C language to add two numbers entered by the user. We are using Visual Studio Code as an IDE to write this code. First of all, we have to create a new file here. Let's suppose this is one folder which is in my PC and I have opened it. Just click on this, it is new file. Then you have to name the file. Let's suppose for our convenience we write here add two numbers. But since we are creating a C language file, we need to write the extension .c. So now our file has been created for writing C language code. First of all, we have to write hash include stdio.h. And this is the header file which we need to include in every program of C language. Then int main. It is the starting of any program of C language. From here our main code starts. Then the curly braces in which we'll write our code. Now, first of all, we have to declare the numbers which we are going to add. And of course, our numbers which I am considering here will be integer type. So we have to use here int. It is data type specifying the integer. There are a lot of data types like int, float, char and many more. But here we are considering numbers to be an integer type. So let number be n1, n2 and a semicolon. This semicolon is very necessary. If you forget this, you are going to get error. Then printf. Printf is a function to print something on the console. This function has been written in this stdio.h file. So here we'll write enter number 1. Again a semicolon. Then the function which take the input from the user is scanf function. Scanf function. So %d. This %d is format specifier for the int, and for float it is %f, and for char it is %c. Next, ampersand. This ampersand is used to take address of that number, ampersand n1. So I'm a bit lazy, that's why I'll just copy this code and paste it. Modify it, enter number 2, and scanf also we have to take the address of number 2. Now what we need to print? We are having a number n1, the second number n2. Now we need to print the sum of both the numbers. Now you'll write printf sum is %d, because the sum will also be an integer. So for this %d, if we do so, it will give an error. Why? Because %d, we are not specifying what is %d, for what we are using %d. So for that you have to write here n1 plus n2. This which will be written after the comma will go in this %d. This value will go in the %d. And again a semicolon. And yes, this is the code which we have to run. So for running, let me just run the code, and the code is running. So yes, enter number 1. Let's suppose 10 and 3. Sum is 30. Some more things I wanna tell you are, if you want, suppose it is written enter number 1 and the input was taken in the same line. Here only I wrote 10. So what if I want to write this input, this number in the next line? For that, in this print statement itself, we'll give a /n. This /n is an escape sequence which prints a new line. And we'll do the same for number 2. That's it. Again, running the code. We'll give enter number 1. So let me write 12. Then let's 7. That is 19. So now the sum now input will be printed in the next line. Now what if I want to write the sum to be written as that sum of 12 and 7 is 19. Suppose it is writing here sum is 19, but I want to be printed sum of 12 and 7 is 19. For that, I'll just write here sum of %d and %d is %d. But we are just having n1 and n2. So where will this value go? In this %d, this %d, or this %d? So now it is confused. But for what we were using this %d? We were using this so that this value goes into this %d. But we have to print what do we need to print in this %d and this %d? We want to print the n1 and n2. So very simply we'll write here n1 comma n2. That's all. Now let me run the code again and let me show you what we have done. Enter number 1, suppose 34. Enter number 2, suppose 2. What is the sum? 36. But this time we want that the printed statement comes sum of 34 and 2 is 36. So yes, you can see this. To print this, we have to use here %d 3 times, and 3 times we have to give the value what we want to print in each %d. Hope this is clear. Hope you can now do this code of adding two numbers. Try to do this code yourself for more practice. Coding is all about practice. Thank you so much for watching.